Well, good morning, Center Hope. It's September the 15th. It's a beautiful day, and you happen to have me. My name is Dean. I know some people still call me Jeremy, but my name is Dean, so let's get past that part. I want to talk to you today about something that I've been thinking about, and sometimes me thinking is good, sometimes it's not so good. I've been thinking about words that we use that sometimes, because they get used so often, tend to lose their meaning, or at least don't mean as strongly as they used to. For example, love. How do you feel about that cake? Oh, I love this cake. Chocolate's my favorite. Oh, those are nice shoes. Yeah, man, I love these shoes. Oh, how's your wife doing? My wife? Oh, I love her with all my heart. See, love can be used in many different aspects, but does it get overused? And by doing so, does it get a little watered down? And do we start to forget some of the meaning on it? Not talking about love today. That's just a nice example I wanted to give you. The word I wanted to talk to you today about was right in the name of the place that we work. Hope. The center of hope. And the slogan that we have at the Salvation Army here, giving hope today. Well, we hear that so often, but does it have a meaning anymore? At least, does it have the meaning that it's supposed to? I hope you have a good day. I hope your test went well. Oh, things are really going bad. I hope things get better. This is starting to lose its meaning. See, I believe that hope is based on experiences of things getting better when, for no logical reason, they should. At some point in our lives, when we've been going through something that seemed so bad, so awful, or things that you just think aren't going to go well, somehow, some way they do. I know this is going to sound weird, but I want to tell you a story. See, years and years ago, my life, for lack of a better term, blew up. And I think I've talked about this before, when my ex-wife left me. Well, that left me at home in this house that was big enough for four of us, with just me and my dog, Glimmer. Glimmer was a half lab, half shepherd, and still somewhat of a pup. I think she was about 2, maybe 3 years old. But she was my world at that point when I had nobody else around me. So Glimmer was with me all the time. But Glim, if I didn't shut the back door, would love to run. She would get out and she would take off anywhere. And she was pretty hard to catch because she was about 80 pounds and sometimes really difficult to get to come near you so you could take her back. Anyway, one morning I get up and I go to work. I come back that day and I see the back gate is open. And I'm thinking, I didn't leave that open. What happened? So I went inside and I found the back door had been opened slightly too, and Glimmer had gotten out and now was gone. So I walked up and down the streets of the town that I lived in, a little town called Thorndale, and I'm looking for Glimmer. I'm calling her name, and I stayed out there for a couple of hours trying to find her, to no avail. Well, the next day goes by, and then another day goes by, and with every passing day I'm realizing there's less and less of a chance that I'm going to be able to find my dog, and it's starting to wear on me a little bit, when out of the blue I get a phone call. It's been about a week, and I get a phone call from the Humane Society, and they said, "Do you own a black lab shepherd?" "Yes, I do. Her name is Glimmer. She's wearing a red collar." And they said, "Yes, we have her here." Oh, I was so relieved. I'm like, okay, I'm going to be able to get my dog back. And they said, "Yep, you can just come over and pick her up. It's going to be about $260. And I went, whoa. What? It's going to be about $260. So we've had her for a week, and you have to pay for the keeping of her and the feeding of her. And so if you want to get her back, it's going to be $260. I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together at this moment. $260. That's not going to happen. And I said, "Well, I don't have that much money." And they said, "Oh, okay. Well, it's Wednesday today. You need to pick her up by Friday, or we're putting her down." Pardon? Yeah, if you don't pick her up by Friday, we're putting her down, and then you're still going to have to pay the $260 plus the amount of money that's going to cost to put her down, and the 2 other days that we're going to be having her here. I said, so even if I don't get my dog back, you're going to charge me for killing my dog? Yeah, have a good day. I was beside myself. What do you mean, have a good day? I didn't know what to do. I didn't sleep very much that night, I'll tell you that. And the next day, before I went to work, I called my brother because I was beside myself and I didn't know what to do. Now, you have to understand, my brother and myself, my oldest brother, we're very different people. Very different. My oldest brother is very analytical and somewhat cold-hearted, very to the point, doesn't see much use for empathy, anything like that. But I called him up and I was crying on the phone with him. My life is about to get taken again here, and I don't know what to do. And he says, well, that sucks. Have a good day, Dean. Like I said, not very much the same. So I go to work, and I'm all day at work, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do. Well, that night I come home, and I go to park the car, and I see something on the gate that wasn't there before. Well, there was Glimmer tied up to the fence. My brother, I didn't know did this, but he went out and paid the fine, grabbed my dog, and put her back into the yard. So when I came home, I would find her there. I got to tell you guys, at that situation or that moment, I now had hope, because in everything else, nothing was going right. Everything seemed to say, you're about to have something really bad happen in your life again. You better prepare yourself. But then there was Glimmer. And I suppose you could say there was a glimmer of hope. See, from that moment on, in my life, when things started to go bad, I would remember that instance. I would remember that story, that doesn't matter when things are going bad, there's still the chance that something might go right. And I'm pretty sure we've all got one of those stories in our lives, that doesn't matter what the circumstances are, if it's seemingly impossible, they still can go right. Now, the wonderful thing about telling stories about hope like this, like I just told you, is they can fuel fire in you and maybe spark a little bit of hope in your life. Also, I like hearing stories like that because they fuel my fire and bring more hope into my life all the time. Ultimately, though, I have to say, I do believe that every bit of hope that we do have comes from God. Every bit. The hope that I have in my life daily comes from Him. The hope that I have that I'm going to have something much better than this life afterwards comes from Him. The blessings that I'm having in my life all come from Him. All my hope comes from Him, and at the end of the day, all my help comes from Him. I want to read you a scripture here. It's from Psalm 121, verses 1 and 2. I lift my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. My help comes from Him. My hope comes from Him. I could tell you stories till I'm blue in the face about hope, about all the wonderful things that He's done in my life. But I've said this before and I'll say it again. Until you experience it yourself, you're not going to fully understand the true love and grace and hope that He can give. But I do hope my stories help you. And I do hope, see, that you start to believe in those, and that you come to God and understand how much He can help you. That is my hope for you, that no matter how bad things get, you realize there's always someone there for you. He loves you, He wants you, and you're precious to Him. I hope that made sense today, guys. And from the bottom of my heart, I seriously hope you have a good day. And if you have any comments, once again, just send them down below there. I do look at them. I like to read them on there. They do encourage me sometimes as well, so I do like to see those. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and have a good day. God bless you.